Hey, what's going on, guys? Today we're going to be talking about everything that you guys could be doing to finish up your playoff promo and then what you could be looking forward to in next week upcoming promos. So today, obviously, they came out with a couple cards, a couple good cards. We got Khalil Shakur. He's pretty cheap compared to other LTDs. Um, this LTD is around 1.1 mil. I definitely think this could be a good investment. If the Bills do make the Super Bowl, he will skyrocket 100%. It's like guaranteed. But 95 speed, that's really got to look at. He has good height. That's perfect height for a receiver, in my opinion. If you look at his discounts, he does get Slotomatic and Human Joystick. Um, Pretty solid. I wouldn't be running no abilities on him personally, but this card overall, good height, good speed. If the Bills make Super Bowl, this card's gonna be very good. Moving on to the biggest card in the drop, it's this Darius Slay. Darius Slay, 95 speed, 95 XL, good stats all around. He's also 6 foot. That's a decent height for a corner. And then if you go to his abilities, he has Pick Artist for 1 AP, Mid Zone for 2 AP. Mid Zone for 2 is very, very good discount. That's probably why he's as expensive as he is. He's like 3.5 mil right now. Just seems like he's not pullable. It's kind of rough. But another reason he's so expensive is, if you could see his chemistries here, he was a Lion and he was an Eagle. And Lions and Eagles are arguably the best teams in the game. So he fits on both. Now moving on to Nick Bolton. 94 speed, 93 XL. This card kind of is rough. If they would give him 95 speed, it would have made him more usable. But 94 speed, as I said about Khalil Shakur and the Bills team, if the Chiefs make the Super Bowl, same scenario. This Nick Bolton will be a lot more expensive. Well, not a lot more expensive. He's not an LTD, but all Chiefs cards will go up in price. And he will be a lot better, saying that means the Chiefs will be one of the best teams in the game. Probably one or two, because usually the best teams in the game are both teams that make the Super Bowl. But Nick Bolton, 94 speed, 93 XL. If you would have gave him 95 speed and then being able to make a Chiefs team get him to 97, that would be very, very nice to have a 97 speed user. He does have a flaw in being 5'11". Usually want taller users. Not too much to really work with here with this Nick Bolton, especially if he's not on a team. For his abilities here, we got Run Stopper, Enforcer. Very bad abilities. If you run, you better not be running any abilities on this card. This card is, there's nothing here for abilities. If the Chiefs become one of the Super Bowl teams, you should just be running Lurk Artist, and that is it. Don't be running nothing else, just Lurk Artist, unless you can afford to pay for mid zone, but I don't think you would be able to. Now moving on to Zach Bond. I have a lot of problems with this card. He was built completely wrong. As you can see, 93 speed, 92 XL, 85 strength, 76 finesse move, 94 power move. You can see here that he's built as a pass rusher. I don't know if any of you guys watch football IRL. Zach Bond for the Eagles has not played, maybe, you could probably count on your hand how many snaps he took rushing the passer. Zach Bond does not rush the passer at all. He's an off-ball linebacker. Clearly, like, it's not like, oh, maybe they got it confused. No, he's clearly an off-ball linebacker. There's nothing to confuse here. And they made him a speed rusher. They did this with his last card. I believe it was a team of the week. It kind of sucks because I do believe if they made him an off-ball linebacker, he would be 94, 95 speed. And it would have made this Eagles team even better. But they make him as a pass rusher, which is something he doesn't even do in real life. And then obviously, since he made him as a pass rusher, you should see the abilities come with Edge Threat and El Toro. I don't really think El Toro would be the move unless it's on a defensive tackle. And I'm not spending 2 AP on just Edge Threat. If it was Edge Threat Elite, yeah, but we're not going to see Edge Threat Elite that early on into the game. Moving on to the Washington Commanders center. Very good stats all around. I'm going to fly through this card. Washington Commanders team just keeps getting linemen. It's kind of rough. He does get identifier for 1, so if you do want to use 1 AP somewhere, identifier is pretty good. It's really nice to see the user of our opponents. It does help. It does help even a little bit. Sometimes you don't know where they're at, and sometimes you might be able to make a read or something if they're not close enough. So identifier does help. If you have 1 AP to spare, it's not bad. So coming here into your objectives, you can see here I'm hovering over the 94 overall B&D fantasy pack or 91 plus overall playoff player. You should be picking the B&D champ. I do think it's worth it. The B&D champ, if I would give recommendations, I think there's clear one, nobody else, and it's Xavier Worthy, receiver. Very, very good card. I think he's clear one, 97 speed. No other receiver has it. There's only like maybe 2 or 3 receivers with even 96 speed, and Xavier Worthy gets 97 base. Again, also a Chief. If Chiefs make Super Bowl, he gets up to 99. If you make a Chiefs theme team, that is a very good card. Probably the best receiver in the game, and you can get him for B&D. If you go out and you do your objectives, you can see here, you get your stat objectives. I believe you can get them just by doing the stats. You may have to maybe win a game or 2 or something, but if you just do the stats, I feel like you can still get him. Now moving on to your welcome player pack. Everybody who logged in for Madden in the past 3 weeks have gotten their welcome pack. You get to pick one of the players. I picked Nate Wiggins. I think he's the best. He gets up to 96 speed, and you can get these cards maxed out today. So you can get your Nate Wiggins all the way up to 96 speed right now. If he is on a Ravens team, think about it, 98 speed. His abilities aren't the greatest, but him just having 98 speed base, it's just way too good not to have, especially saying I don't think there's many corners with even 96 speed at all. So Nate Wiggins being able to have 96 speed with bad abilities, I think it's honestly worth. And Ravens are a good theme team too. But even if you have any other welcome pack player, the Dallas God or anybody else that was in that welcome pack, you can get them to 94 overall today just by doing those challenges. Now moving on to another thing that dropped today, they dropped Reduxes. 94 overall Reduxes at that. That crashes the market for Reduxes, especially these cards. It was all zero choke cards, some LTDs throughout the way. Zero choke cards, Mary Mix-Ups, Ghost of Mutt, all those cards were Redux today. So there's the Michael Vick, the Malik Neighbors, Calvin Johnson. Every single card that has gotten a card during Zero Chill is now Reduxed. And honestly, that makes this budget team very good. As long as the Redux pack is good, it seems like most of these cards have dropped slightly in price, and even slightly is just enough to even fit this on a budget team. I seen Jamar Chase drop like 100K. I seen Brian Thomas drop 100K. So these prices definitely dropped. Brock Bowers was over 1 million coins, and he's like 800,000 now. So even that little of a drop means a lot to people who are on a budget, anything like that, because most of these cards are still usable, especially if they're on a good theme team. These 94 overall is very good. Even down here with the Trent Scott, the George Kittle, the Aiden. George Kittle's still the best tight end in the game, you know what I mean? Josh Allen's still one of the best QBs in the game. He's still usable. All these cards are still usable. I wouldn't say not all of them. Like, obviously, Gale Sayer is probably not. Carson Palmer, in my opinion, not too great. The Terrell Edmonds, not really. But most of, I would give you about 90% of these cards are worth. And for them being cheaper, it's definitely a W. The Redux pack seemed solid today, so they definitely dropped a little bit. So you could definitely look to pick up some of these cards for your team if you do want them. It'd be a good time to buy them now, by the way. Buy them now. But I do want to talk to you guys about the Super Bowl promo. If you guys didn't know, Super Bowl Past will be coming out next week. They didn't reveal it or nothing. I just did some digging. Super Bowl Pass will be dropping next Thursday. I do believe there's another chance we get another secret drop with playoffs, like playoff 3.5 or something like that, because they did leak a Jesse Bates LTD. They leaked a Marshall Falk LTD. So there's potentially another drop on Monday. I wouldn't invest on it. I wouldn't invest in anything. Just potentially another playoff drop. And then overall upgrade coming as well. So you can look to see these Super Bowl pass cards on Thursday to be 96 overall LTDs. They're going to be good. There's honestly the best promo of the year. Last year, Super Bowl playoff theme teams, they were the best. We don't know if Super Bowl is going to have a theme team. I would likely say not, just because playoffs had a theme team last year, they didn't have one this year. So I'm assuming Super Bowl isn't going to have a theme team. And as you can see here, the Redux Fantasy Pack, this is the only thing they dropped today, which kind of sucks. And another topic, talking about that, talking about their packs being bad. Also, EA was shown today that their stocks, I mean, it doesn't matter to most people, their stocks have dropped 20%, which for us, it's like, oh, they lost money, cool. But they're a billion-dollar company, trillion-dollar company, whatever they are. But them losing 20% means they lose a ton of money. And a problem with that is they lost that much money and they only allowed Reduxes and everything like this. They have not dropped an offer that's like, oh, I want to buy, I want to buy, I want to buy. So regardless of them losing that much money, they're still not actually giving the players what they want. Like Reduxes came out today, they only allow us to buy one of these Redux offers, and it's only a 46% chance to get a 93 plus when there's 94 Reduxes out. So I don't know what EA is doing. They have a lot of flaws in their cycle that they do every week, but I can't control them. I can only give them free advice. If they were to message me, I would help them out to the fullest, but obviously they don't talk to me. But I really wish they did. They took some of our advice. We can make this game very great as a community, but they just have to listen to us, and they don't. But if you guys enjoyed this video, like, subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace.